Okay, this is Tim with Grip and Rep Racing Products, and I'm going to show you how to install our polyurethane torque stopper in this 2019 G4 850 Summit. The kit comes with the full instructions, shows you step by step how to do it. And this is our torque stopper that you're going to replace the stock one with. It's an 80 durometer polyurethane, and I'll show you how to do it. First thing you got to do is take off your side panel, your clutch guard, and your belt. And you can take the hood off if you want, not necessary, but it gives you a little bit more room. Then you need a 13mm socket, a 6-inch extension, and a 3-inch, and a ratchet, or in this case I have a small impact to make it a little quicker. So then you just get in here, loosen up that bolt. Reach in and take the bolt and that washer off. And on this 19, Skidoo changed the mount a little bit. They added this washer on the top, and underneath the washer is this plastic puck that sits in this recessed hole. I think they did that to try to limit the side-to-side movement. So once that bolt's out of there, you just reach in and you can pull out the stock stopper. So in 2019 they made a little change. It's got the same O-ring style stopper that it's always had, but this aluminum spacer was what came in the 17s. That sits in this gap, and when you tighten it, that's what sets the distance between your motor and the mount. Well, that spacer is a lot thicker than the stock O-ring. So in 17, that's all they had in there, and it gave a lot of movement once the belt engaged. Motor moved around a lot. So the aftermarket was the first to see that, so they started making a shim that fit in there to take up some of that room. Well, BRP followed suit, and they come up with this update shim, and some of the Summits and free rides got them. Some of the newer sleds have them. So how that worked is it fit underneath that O-ring, took up a little bit of the gap that was in there. But our polyurethane spacer replaces that whole setup. So what you do is you install the stock spacer that came on the 17s and 18s inside the polyurethane and slide that in place. For 2019 sleds, we're going to include that small spacer since they changed the setup a little bit. Once that's in place, put the stock bolt and washer back down. You're going to have to reach in and move the polyurethane around till it lines up. There it goes. You'd want to put blue Loctite on that bolt. I'm not going to, because I'm going to do a little shimming to this motor to try to get the alignment better. Once that's in there, just tighten it up. And you're going to want to torque that to 18 foot-pounds. And that's all there is to it. Our polyurethane spacer has a little gap. It's a little bit thinner than that stock aluminum standoff that's in there, so at idle the motor can move around a little bit without transferring as much vibration into this mount. But once the belt engages, that gap is gone, and our spacer keeps the motor from moving around as much. The stock rubber O-ring one, it's a lot less surface area. It moves, squishes a lot more. And one other thing is, this Y-pipe is only an inch or two from that spacer. When rubber gets hot, it really gets soft, and polyurethane handles the heat a lot better. So in extreme conditions, that's not going to squeeze as much as the stock one. So that's all there is to it.